Here's the story of a bunch of podcasts who were bringing Cubby content to the world. All of them did their own show. Unconnected, obsessive baseball nerds. It's the story of a bunch of Cubs fans who are consolidating all their shows. They're uniting, doing it together, so we all can grow. Cup of Cubby Blues combining with some Ranto, baseball rabbit hole and Cubs PS Plus. With Cubs fun and breaks behind the ivy, they're all teaming up to be the Bleacher Bunch, the Bleacher Bunch. We love the Cubs, that's the way we became the Bleacher Bunch.
Hey. That's what we call improv classes, people. All the money that you spend on improv classes, that's what you learn. You see something come up that you weren't expecting, and you just roll with it.
It was a big yes and from Michael Cotton.
I don't know what show we're on.
Welcome to the Son Ranto Show / Bleacher Bunch. But the reason it's the Bleacher Bunch is because we got a full house. We got all five of we're basically
rocking that Mexico Cubs jersey. I love it.
We're basically
vamos.
Yeah, they won. Mexico won last night. They got the USA, which nobody cares about soccer in the United States.
I'm absolutely pulling for Mexico in this sporting event that I never watch except for one time every 4 years.
Well, and lovable Lou Sears is here. Eric Wheelo's here. Sarah Sanchez is here. We got to get right into it because Eric's very short on time. But I just want to say thank you to all our Patreon supporters who support us. Patreon.com/Bleacher Bunch. That's the only reason why we're here. But especially Blake Beard and Bernie Barron because they're awesome. They give us more money than everybody else. In the Clutch shirts, Matt Kammerer's Permanent Paintings, Etsy store, Penguin Imprints, and of course, Fanarchy. And I'll be giving away Fanarchy hats on July 18th at Crawley's birthday party when we all eat barbecue at Ken's house at Mom's Shrine Corner. So hashtag chance in the chat. I got that to say. And Bernie's here saying hashtag chance in the chat. So
you know what? I have this to say. Kudos to Eric for showing up today. I don't know how you made it through that series and didn't want to jump off a tall building in Milwaukee, which maybe you did, but those buildings aren't very tall, so you're fine. But I don't know. It seemed like the excitement that you had going into that series did not play out for you.
Look, it's a division series, and I didn't want to jump off the building because we were still, 5.5 games up after that series, which is it was 5.5, right? We didn't play today yet.
5.5. It was 5.5.
Right, it was 5.5.
Yeah, we didn't play today. Yeah, we got to beat the Reds today.
Lyle is correct. Eric is also correct.
Hey, where we go.
Yeah,
I mean, I think we learned a lot about our team and a lot of things I've been saying about our team through that series, and that this bullpen's worked. I mean, but who am I to complain to the Cubs about a work bullpen?
We beat you with the bullpen, like a bullpen day. Like 8 guys
That's what I'm saying.
At game 3. Well, I know, but our bullpen pitched before that too. I mean, these guys aren't even our bullpen. These are the dudes that weren't supposed to be in the bullpen. These are guys that they picked up at the scrap heap. These are guys that Craig Counsell special dudes that used to pitch for you.
Kudos to you for pricking up. Who is it? Wilson? Bryce Wilson? Is that his name?
Oh, you mean the future Hall of Famer? Cubs Hall of Famer, Bryce Wilson?
Because I'll tell you this. Craig Counsell, what a masterclass. He pitched with me for the Brewers for so long. He knows this lineup better than anybody. We're going to throw him out there. And just a masterclass, man. Hey, I'm not giving Craig a lot of compliments on a lot of things, but kudos to him, man. In a game of 3,
Wheelo just brought
checkers
the
that
one guy.
he's been playing all day, all year.
Wheelo just brought up the one guy that had a good game. None of us know who that guy is.
You're going to know his name because you're going to see a lot more of him this year. But
I do know that Bryce Wilson does take his physical fitness cues from a man on this show, Lyle Aker, because they have similar bodies. If you could see, there's Bryce Wilson coming in to the ballpark. That looks like a lovable Lou Sears in there right now. Why don't you go in there?
I've lost 30 pounds. 30 pounds, you fucker.
So you're saying you're in better shape than Bryce Wilson. This is a Sam Bernero picture that she took of Bryce coming in, and like dad bods for the win. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Bryce Wilson is the before picture for Lyle.
Sarah, you're muted. I see you're talking, but with no sound. There you go.
Am I the only person that thinks this looks like Mike Presnowski?
He does look like Mike Presnowski.
Did Mike Presnowski just slip into the locker room and like, yeah, I'm a pitcher. We're all good.
Yeah, it was. Listen, that was a really fun series for Cubs fans because we swept the Mets, but the Mets are a mess, and so I just didn't really trust it. We're facing Mizorowski, and we're facing what's his name on
Kyle Harrison
on game 2. It just didn't look good. The odds did not look in our favor. To take 2 or 3, I think gave Cub fans hope. Dansby Swanson, who had been on fire in New York, kind of disappeared in Milwaukee. PCA always seems to disappear in Milwaukee. I don't know why. Like he just,
wild. But he did foul off that 105 mile per hour pitch.
He did do that, and he brought one back. From over the wall. That was an incredible play.
Can I say that Brewers fans are total morons because they were trying to give PCA shit for that play that when he took the ball back from going over the wall. They're like, see, he sucks. And I was like, you guys, that was
the fact that he got to that ball to begin with. Like, screw those Brewers fans, man. There's like 1 to 2 center fielders that are even getting to that ball in baseball right now. And PCA is one of them. So I will say negative things about PCA from time to time, just because, you love to hate somebody on the other team, and PCA isn't going to be that guy for me. But I will never say anything about his fielding. Earlier in the year, maybe a few miscues, but unbelievable to watch.
He famously lost a ball in the lights.
Oh, yes.
And all that did was light a fire under his ass to become the best player in baseball ever since.
Yeah.
So he had one bad play, and then he became like a superhero after that.
I'll just say this about the Brewers, like keeping Chad Patrick in that game too, right? Because we were neck and neck. I can't hear you, Sarah. I think you're.
I didn't say anything out loud. I literally just mouthed the words Chad Patrick.
Yes.
Of course, Chad Patrick pitches good for y'all.
No, that's you were saying it because you were typing and your lips just went Chad Patrick. Like
he has pitched well for us, but I mean.
You
talk about managers being in slumps, and he comes in that game 2, and what was it, like 3-2 Cubs at that point, and he gives up 4 runs, I think, at that point. And it's just, I think Murphy's a little slump of keeping some of these relievers in a little too long, and I think some of these guys are overworked. The Brewers, I think in this series, if there's positives that come out of it, for all of us, 1, you're back in the mix, which is amazing because we're going to have things to talk about on this podcast moving forward. And 2 is we're going to need some bullpen help, and we're going to have to pick it up through a trade at the deadline for sure.
You need some bullpen help. The Cubs are. I don't even know who these guys are. I'm like, what are we doing?
The Cubs
two facts can exist at the same. 2 things can be true.
Absolutely can. And here's a conspiracy that I want to know from you, Wheelo, because you speak for all the Brewers fans.
100%.
Wow.
Who was it that ruptured Hobie Milner's appendix that night? Who was it? I want to know his name.
It was, if you guys stayed at the Pfister, it was the ghosts of the Pfister Hotel. They just observed it.
Hold on.
It's famous.
If Hobie Milner was staying at a place called the Pfister and he ruptured his appendix,
he got fisted. He got fisted in the appendix by a ghost.
Yeah, he deserves it. That's,
Mookie Betts won't even stay at that hotel. So,
I love the Pfister.
Yeah. Amazing Bloody Marys. Great bar
really
downtown Milwaukee.
Speaking of appendixes, I do have to shout out Cubs Magic Number. Appendi. Because me and Cubs Magic Number at the game on Monday, and the other reason I got to go to the game is because his brother had an emergency appendectomy. he was supposed to go to the game with his brother. I get a text in the middle of that afternoon, be like, "Hey, my brother's in the hospital getting his appendix out." So apparently, this is a catching thing. I'm probably going to blame Joe Biden or the vaccine.
I mean, you got to give that guy a Milner jersey, right?
Yeah, exactly. Obi Milner.
Yes.
Do they sell that? I mean,
you got to get the jersey and then the option where you put your own name and number on it, and then you can put Milner on it.
Good Milner. My name's actually Milner. Can we see some ID, sir?
But how about the Cubs though?
Get well soon.
Get well. But picking up David Peterson, right? And he comes in, gives you 5.5 innings of 2-run baseball, right? Keeps you in it. No expectations after like what he was doing with the Mets failing. I mean, man, what a move.
Okay, so I wrote about this week. I think David Peterson is a sneaky good pickup by the Cubs.
I agree.
2 reasons. Like, number one, most of the Cubs pitchers outperform their FIP. Their ERA is lower than their FIP. 10 of the 14 guys who have thrown at least 20 innings for the Cubs this year, and this goes back multiple years. It has to do with their defense. Like, if you have excellent defense behind you, you outperform your FIP. So David Peterson joins the Cubs. He's got a 7.71 ERA as a starter and a 3.53 FIP as a starter. And like, that is, if he can outperform 3.53 because he has Dansby and Nico and PCA behind him, yes, please, I am here for it. But he also has the second highest ground ball rate of any pitcher in baseball who has thrown at least 20 innings. His ground ball rate is like 54 point something percent. The only guy who is better than that is some guy from the Angels whose name I can't pronounce, Koala something.
Oh, that's actually Crawley's name.
Yeah,
there's lots of consonants and very few vowels. My point being, David Peterson should be elite for the Cubs. Like, this is an outstanding opportunity for him, and he might be our Chad Patrick, y'all. That's all I'm trying to say.
There you go.
Well,
that's what I was hoping for, is a Chad Patrick.
The Chad Patrick.
It's what everybody dreams of.
Yes. The best part about all that Sarah was saying, she was telling us about how good he is at like ground balls and stuff. And JD did not get into it that deep, but he did say he's a ground ball pitcher, and the first pitch went over the wall, and
that was unfortunate.
Everything went great after that, but oh my God.
I mean, a Cubs pitcher who gives up a home run on the first pitch, you got to assume it's going to be worst case scenario.
Oh yeah,
oh God.
We lost at least 12 Cubs fans. They just died of despair just watching it.
I might be wrong about this, but 10 years ago when Mike Montgomery came from the Mariners to the Cubs, it was in Milwaukee, and he got lit up in his first time as a pitching for the Cubs. And then what happened? He was on the mound when the Cubs won the World Series. My God. So I guess maybe I'm thinking David Peterson, complete game World Series Game 7.
There you go.
And I'm thinking.
Hey, well, look at our two teams, right? In the month of June, you guys were 16-10. Unfortunately, the Brewers were 17-10. What do we got? July here. You guys won your game. After the series, we both won you swept, right?
Yeah, we
swept five game winning streak. Unfortunately, won the first 2 against the Reds, but I saw Crawley tweet something out where he said if the Cubs are able to make the playoffs this year, Craig Counsell could potentially be manager of the year. And all I've heard was complaints about Craig this year. So to read that, it's like, are we underrating the job Craig Counsell is doing this year?
Listen, if you go, so one of my favorite places to go for information about the Cubs is Roster Resource, because they do a really good job of tracking injuries and tracking who's playing and who's playing against lefties, who plays against righties, all that jazz. Anyway, if you go look at Roster Resource right now, the Cubs have a full starting rotation and 8 guys in the bullpen on the IL. That is ridiculous. If Craig Counsell pulls this rabbit out of his hat, he is the manager of the year, solely because he's got an entire pitching rotation plus the bullpen plus a couple of guys who would be in Iowa on the IL, and he is getting it done anyway. It is absolutely ridiculous. And I don't know how they're winning right now. I really don't. They've won 5 series in a row.
The bats
5 series in a row. Yeah, sure. But you should not be able to do that with Ryan Rollison and Trent Thornton and whatever this Webb kid's first name is in the back of your bullpen.
I hear you, Sarah, and I've been actually searching my soul about this. recently about whether or not Craig is doing a good job, because
He's doing a good job, Michael.
Can't stand Craig Counsell.
But you don't like anything, Michael. You don't even like the World. You don't even like the World Cup, and like I do not like this.
I like the Women's World Cup, and I really like base hits. I like fucking really good pitching. I love these things.
5 dogs.
What
today?
I don't like,
you don't like that Dansby Swanson ran into 8 home runs yet. You don't like that Dansby Swanson ran into 3 home runs today.
I don't like the Dansby Swanson. I love that Dansby Swanson is just ripping the ball. He's like, I'm on a heater. I'm just going to kill everything. I hate the fact that he got a hit the other night when Machado clearly had an error. That was a fucking error on Machado and whatever. And then Dansby ran home and got thrown out at the plate. All of that annoyed me.
You are the only person who cares about that play, because the rest of us are like, the Cubs hit 13 home runs yesterday and today, and we're happy about it.
No, because Sarah, I care about every fucking play. I'm in all of it, and and I'm always looking at it. But
they just tied their franchise record for home runs that they set on the 4th of July last year, and you're like, but once Machado had an error and Dansby got a hit, and I'm like, I don't even remember that.
You know what? It's annoying.
You mean?
But what I was saying about Craig. I don't know. It's tough because at times I feel like the players are just outplaying what's going on in the management and the front office. You know what I mean? Like
they're winning despite themselves.
I feel like since we have had, I guess since like the last year of David Ross, it feels like the Cubs players can be really good, and then they tend to they seem to me to be underperforming, and I don't know what to attribute that to, but I feel like the management has a bad plan for them, and they have to outplay their management. They have to play through they're
a wild card team that costs $230 million. That's what they are. The Brewers,
which is insane.
Half that money with a bunch of guys that you didn't hear of until the last time we had Eric on the show and told us about all these guys that are on the team that we never even heard of. Their shortstop is a new guy. They just keep like next guy up, and they all overperform for 2 years, and then they trade him to the Red Sox where they Caleb Durbin just like turns into a pumpkin the moment he goes over there.
Freddie Peralta to the Mets turns into a pumpkin. And
we're not going after the Red Sox today.
Yeah,
especially after Wilson Contreras has been going through it.
No, we're celebrating Wilson Contreras telling Cavalli to shove it, because I love that.
Cavalli is lucky he is still alive. That's all I'm going to say about that. Telling Wilson Contreras to sit down, boy. Like, you are lucky you're still alive, you little poser.
Fuck yeah. Anybody who calls a grown man boy deserves to get their asses fucking handed to them.
Michael, just shut up, boy.
Fighting words.
Lyle only does that because he knows he has no ass for me to hand to him.
Exactly. Part of my family history is at some point in our lives we get pushed down and we fall on our ass and it pokes out through our belly.
Oh, there you go.
It's called
the family tradition. Yeah, that's a hernia.
It's called the hernia. But the one thing I don't want to bury the lead, because here's the headline: Jaden Murray comes to the Cubs. I'm kidding. That was a misdirection. Yeah. Jaden Murray it kind of blew that game one. The Cubs only have lost one game since we last talked, and it was partly the fact that the Cubs only scored 2 runs in that first game against the Miz and only had 3 hits. And I will call him the Miz because he makes me miserable. And he puts me in misery.
He's a cheat code.
Oh, yeah. That apparently celebrates too hard. That's a big argument I got in with Jarrett.
Okay. He should celebrate all of this, man. Like, listen, the other night, Jacob Mizorowski comes in throwing gas against PCA, and he throws like 102, 103 point something, 103 point something, 104 point something, 105.5. The first 5 pitches of the game are just unhittable heat. And like, you know what?
Sarah,
that's wild.
You tell me what he throws at pitch 101, and
like
then,
102. He's still throwing 102.
Oh yeah, that's right. He never slows down. My bad. I was getting confused.
He pitched a complete game this year where his last pitch was 103 and he struck out 15 batters.
Yeah,
shutout.
I'm trying to set you up for this
with one hit and no walks.
I like that you all took me seriously, and you're like, well, actually, Cotton, he throws fucking 103 at pitch 120. No, I get it. It's an embarrassment of riches.
He's a fucking freak of nature.
I don't remember who did this, like Codify or like some person, like somebody who does stats shit. They had a graphic of the fastest pitches thrown in baseball this year, like the 100 fastest pitches thrown in baseball. It's all Jacob Misiorowski. All Mason Miller doesn't even crack the fucking list. Paul Skeens doesn't crack the list. It's like just the Miz. It's the Miz. That's the Miz. We are living in the Miz. Skeens. Like,
nobody beats
I'm over here throwing 101. Nobody cares anymore. It's just.
But here's the argument we had. There was that bases loaded situation. The Cubs are up 1-0, and Miz strikes out. Who was batting at that point? I forget who it was, but he got the third out and struck him out, right? And then I get a message from Jarrett. That's just like, what kind of asshole? Who does he think he is? Celebrating with leaving a game without the lead, blah, 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 blah. And I just started calling him grandpa. I was like, dude, it's 1-0. This has like playoff energy in division. That pitch right there kept us in the game. It got the guys on the bench excited. And guess what we did? We went up and put 3 runs up in the next inning. And I'm like, that's an energy change. That's a vibe change. That's a momentum switch by just him doing that. And Jared, the purist says he is, apparently. It was just like, no, you don't leave a game as a starting pitcher with the loss. I'm like, I understand if he's down 6-0 and he's celebrating on a strikeout. It's a 1-0 game and the Brewers are in it, man. And I told him, and I was like, you guys you wish you had that type of energy on the Cubs right now.
The Brewers only have one pitcher that is possibly celebrating a little too much. I don't know if he is, but some people think, and I don't even remember what that dude's name was, but the guy that did the DX thing.
It's after Uribe, and you should respect him because he's good as fuck.
Goes a little far.
Thank you, Sarah.
Look, listen to me. If Abner Uribe was on the Cubs right now, he would be closing instead of Daniel Palencia. And I say that as a girl who loves Daniel Palencia as long as the day. We wish we had Abner Uribe. We did once have Trevor McGill, and the Cubs were like, no, we can't do anything with that. We're just going to get rid of this guy, and now he's closing.
And to be fair, Sarah, I said maybe celebrates too much because I honestly thought it was fucking hilarious.
And I think Abner Uribe.
We wish we had Abner Uribe. But we also wish we had Daniel Palencia because he's not on the team either right now.
We wish we had any guy who was healthy who could throw strikes.
And it was Ian Happ that struck out in that at bat, by the way.
So we have
at least it was swinging because he likes to take that strike 3 because he's always right. But Jaden Murray, I mean, you're not going to win that game 1-0. Maybe you win a tight game against the Brewers 1-0, but you only had 3 hits. You guys had 10. You actually could have scored a lot more in that game than
this whole series, leaving runners in scoring position.
You left a lot of runners
on.
I'm like, who the Brewers think they are? Us?
Oh God.
Because you were acting like us, and but you're right though. It is nice to get back to a situation where it feels like you're not going to run away with the division. Like I'm like, okay, 5 games. We could be, within 2 or 3 by the All-Star game. If you guys really fail and have a bad start of July, you could even be in a tie for first place or in it at that point, because it's 5 games is doable in a week. If it had gone the other way, we're 9 games back and the season's over. So it really could have pivoted there.
And what sucks is we don't see you again until the last day of July for a 4-game series. But I would say this about the Cubs. It's just like, these are like, this All-Star break probably can't come soon enough for a lot of people in that bullpen and a lot of people on that starting pitching
staff. The whole organization.
The whole organization. And it's, what do the Cubs do to do this a whole second half of the year? Do you have enough arms? Is there enough guys to go around, And the thing with the Brewers is we have a Logan Henderson that's coming up, which is going to be our 7th starter that we can go to. And he's pitched pretty elite for a young guy coming out of it. And I do see the Brewers making a move because we have the guys to make like a substantial playoff push move. I said this, I want Chapman. That's who I want on the Brewers. I think it would be poetic justice. We get him. I don't know, little Cubs energy here. I know.
That would be crazy though. It would be crazy for the Cubs to go get him again.
Yeah.
Are the Cubs gonna be buyers, Mike?
That's what I'm saying. I think you have to be.
Yeah, they're buyers. They're buyers.
Lyle, we will be getting into this more a little bit later when this gets a little more Cubs centric because I'm sure Sarah has notes on this. And but the Brewers, I always have notes.
That would be just as exciting though to have Aroldis Chapman to face him, especially in the playoffs, and like the Cubs could turn it around and kick his ass. Like I think that would be a lot of fun too. So
here's what I will say about the Cubs. There are some guys who could come back that if they come back and they're healthy, this actually gets kind of interesting. Like if they caught the neck thing with Ben Brown fast enough, and he comes back in like late July or August, as opposed to last time this happened, he didn't pitch again after June 8th. So like this is Ben Brown has been an ace. Ben Brown has been an ace. So like if he comes back and he's still an ace, yay. If they can get one more starting pitcher back, Edward Cabrera, maybe Jackson Wiggins, like he's throwing again, that's helpful. You get Justin Steele in the bullpen. I don't think Justin Steele closes for you, but I think Justin Steele can throw like 2 or 3 innings as like a middle relief guy who could be fucking nails and be great. And then you need Hunter Harvey to come back healthy along with Daniel Palencia. And this kind of works if you make a trade. I do think the Cubs are also in the Aroldis Chapman market. I don't know that the Red Sox are sellers though. This is what's crazy. Like everybody in the AL is terrible. So like, even though the Red Sox are not good, they're not sellers yet.
They're 3 games out of the wild card or something.
This is what I'm saying.
And Wilson 10 games below 500.
Can we just say Wilson Contreras is going off and becoming a fan favorite in Boston, which I kind of love. Like this is very much my jam.
I kind of figured Wilson Contreras was going to be a fan favorite in Boston. He's the like, honestly, I don't even want to fucking know you if your fan base doesn't like Wilson Contreras because. Now, if you're okay,
right, but if he was on your team,
you have William Contreras, who you love.
No.
We got Wild Bill. We got the better Contreras, and everybody knows it.
Not this year. You don't. Wilson has the better stat line than William this year, and I will also say, if you all had Wilson Contreras on your team, you would be a Wilson Contreras truther immediately. He is that guy.
I get it. If you hate him on your team, hate him. But if he's on your team. You love him. You can't.
He's John Lackey.
I still love
John
him.
Lackey.
Maybe not as much as Sarah, but I have always loved him, even through his Cardinal years.
Terry E in the chat says, "I hear 26 teams sent Jameson Tyone get well soon cards. I want him back."
I literally forgot Jameson Tyone was one of the guys who could come back because he was not on my list of guys who helped the team.
Anthony Rizzo led like all of baseball in his career of getting hit by pitches and didn't say a word. Like people were doing it on purpose. Like I just don't like a guy that does it, knows it, bleeds over the plate, and then plays victim every time he's hit. And that's just the truth of the matter there.
Okay, well, I was at the game where Brandon Woodruff hit Wilson Contreras for the 6th time, and the Brewers hit Wilson Contreras for
we're the only team. We're the only team hitting them.
Honest to God,
we're the only
team. You kind of are. It's a lot. It's a lot.
How many times have the benches cleared this year for Boston because he's been hit? I want to say like 3 times.
Twice.
All right, twice.
Once because of y'all. Because you throw at Wilson Contreras like it is your fucking job. And then once just because of Cade Cavalli calling him a boy, and fuck that guy. Like fuck Cade Cavalli forever.
Yeah, Wheelo, you always talk trash about Cubs fans who are like, oh, the Brewers are going to suck. Brewers are going to suck. Brewers are going to suck all the time. And yet every year the Brewers just win the division. It's basically the same situation. You can bitch all you want, but every time the Brewers fucking throw the ball at him and they hit him constantly, at a certain point, you just have to go, there might be something there. There might be something there. And I guess they are throwing it, Wilson.
I mean, his brother's on the team. I mean, come on.
I know.
His brother probably called it. He's like, "Fucking hit that motherfucker."
My favorite part-
Called mom last night.
So the Brewers Red Sox game that I was at, where Wilson Contreras got hit and the bases cleared, and then Wilson Contreras like slid
Hit
in
the home run.
Hamilton.
Hit a home run in that
Legal
game,
slide,
too.
by the way,
Yeah.
had a home run. The whole game was great, except for the part where the Brewers won. Everything else about that game was great. But I will say there was a moment there where Wilson is like jawboning at like Brandon Woodruff, and you just see the history and the tension. And I'm like remembering the time Wilson Contreras got hit near the head and is running around at AmFam Field like shush after he hits a home run later. Like, look, he's John Lackey. If he's on your team, you love him. If he's not on your team, you hate him. But
Lackey, Schilling. There's a lot of guys.
There's
like
some
that,
guys.
Gary Sheffield.
Gary Sheffield.
There's some guys.
Yeah.
PCA might kind of be a villain.
100%.
100%.
100%.
That was my
Everyone
point.
else thinks he's a villain, and we're like,
No,
PCA.
that's the point. I went to Jared. I was like, so PCA can just do whatever he wants and celebrate whatever he wants with whatever lead he has, but the Miz does it in a 1-0 game.
Listen, man, PCA is one flaw in PCA's game last year. The one flaw was that his on base percentage was like 287 or 290 or some bullshit. PCA's on base percentage this year is 370 some shit. Like, if he is a 370 on base guy who's going to go 30-30 and play that kind of center field defense, that dude is a problem for the entire rest of the league.
Okay, he's an MVP is what he is.
I mean, what do you have? He had 1,000 OPS in June. Just carried that team, man.
Unbelievable.
It was insane.
So, friend of the show, Ken Schultz, and I were at the Mexico game yesterday, watching. Well, not at it, but like we were watching it at a bar here because like you do. And he asked me this question. I posit it to y'all. Would you rather have Sammy Sosa or PCA in June?
Sammy Sosa.
Oh yeah, I mean,
are you sure? Because Sammy Sosa did not have the defense PCA did, and he did not have the stolen bases PCA did.
Wait, but with what
home runs?
team? It's always about what team. It's always the context because, if it's
Sammy Sosa now, because if there's a DH, you don't have to put him in the field.
If it's 2005, then I want PCA because maybe he makes a difference there. But if it's if it's 2024, maybe Sosa. I don't know.
The fact
he had
that
a good
it's
arm,
close,
though.
the fact that it's close is crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, but I do have to bring up the fact that, Sarah, you said Wilson Contreras is like John Lackey. Wilson Contreras does not eat kids.
Neither does
John Lackey, we don't know yet, but PCA is absolutely not a kid eater. Just want to put that out there.
Now we know of. It's early.
Yeah.
Well, Eric, I know you got to take off.
This is Trump's world. You can eat children whenever you want.
Yeah, exactly.
You can do what you want, baby.
Well,
They're drawing up a constitutional amendment for that right now.
I don't know.
Babies are delicious, people. We're going to eat them.
Exactly.
I don't know that things got harder on John Lackey after 2016.
Speaking of the children, at the risk of making this way too much of a Mexico soccer podcast. So Mexico has a 17-year-old on their squad, Gilberto Mora. He's amazing. Anyway, yesterday they set him up and they had him with like a 12-year-old kid who was like almost as tall as him. And so he had to swap kids. Like in the anthem, you know how they have all the kids out there? He swapped kids with Quinones because the kid that was tagged with Mora was like here. They're like, no, you can't do that. So they swapped him with like a 7-year-old so that Mora would not have like a kid who was like here. It was great.
Rich. So Eric, I know you got to go. You've been very generous with your time today, but any parting shots for?
I wouldn't say parting shots. I'm saying it could get a little bit more interesting in terms of the standings. I could see the Cubs gaining some ground. We're playing 17 straight games heading into the break, which is a grueling stretch. But we are getting healthy. We'll see what happens here.
If the season ended right now, based on our preseason conversations we had, Eric seems to know more about baseball than all of us.
Hey, Eric, I have a very difficult question for you.
Sure.
Who are you cheering for this weekend, the Cardinals or the Cubs?
Oh, good question.
Ooh, that is a good question.
I mean, based on the standings, probably the Cardinals, but that's hard to say out loud.
I know.
Here's the thing. I don't even know if this is true tomorrow. No, I'll answer the question here. I'm going to be rooting for the Cardinals because you are my number one enemy, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah,
and I think if we were, I don't know who's
that's
your
like
number one
that's
enemy
like
now.
saying you rollerblade, dude.
Yeah, I rollerblade, man.
Look, Wheelo, I will say this. As
I'm more fearful of you making a run than I am the Cardinals making a run. And that's why I want them to end this momentum now, and that's why I will be rooting for the Cardinals in this series. I think you have more of lasting power than they do. You just in terms of that offense, I think you can make a run and you can be hot for a while. And you got a guy like PCA that can carry the team for an entire month like we just saw in June. So that's why I would be rooting for the Cardinals.
I thought you were going to say Dansby Swanson, who's back.
Oh, God.
3 dongs today. Yeah. Oh, my God. It's incredible.
5 home runs in 2 days.
Insanity. Yeah, it is the most. It's crazier than the Sammy Sosa 20 home run June.
Well, is it?
He went.
No, it is because we expected Sammy Sosa to hit home runs. Every time Dansby Swanson hits a home run, I'm like, who the fuck is up? Is that our 9 hitter again?
It can't be that. That can't be the guy from the Buffalo Wild Wings.
So many
commercial.
Steroids for Sammy Sosa, though.
Right.
We'll let you go.
Party shot is happy 4th of July to everybody. Be safe. Don't go to work on Monday with all of your fingers. Make sure you have all of them. Yeah,
I'm going to Banana Ball for the 4th of July, baby.
There you go. But
yeah,
I'm gonna blow up my hand.
Look at this cool local artist hat that they give away for the Brewers.
That's actually
jersey for sure.
That's actually a really cool hat. I didn't realize it was a Brewers hat. I saw the M,
now,
but I didn't
Michael
know for
hates
sure it was Brewers.
Yeah, but happy 4th of July, y'all, and we'll catch up All-Star break, or maybe we do something during the All-Star break, a little halftime check-in on our teams. State of the Union, maybe. There's a good episode.
I want you guys in suits and ties.
Yeah. Yes, the podium.
But it's the state of the Cubbies, the Sotuck.
All right. Well, I love you guys. Happy 4th to everybody. All our hands out there.
Happy 4th. Happy 4th. Right. Here we go.
Take it easy.
Lucid, party time. Excellent. Lucid, party time. Excellent. Lucid, party time. Excellent. Lucid, party time.
I'm the lovable Luciers, and this is Dispatches from the North Side. Chicago, Illinois, the corn dogs are hot. The beer is ice cold, and somewhere in San Diego dugout right now, grown men in Padres uniforms are staring at the scoreboard and looking at their shoelaces because the scoreboard says 23-3 and questioning every decision they've ever made in their lives. Welcome to the Gonzo Report. Last week, I was ready to burn this city down. This week, I am kissing it on the mouth while I reach down with a handful of lube. Let it go, baby! The Cubs went 6-1, 6-1 from the ashes of a Brewers sweep. And beating the Mets, this deranged, injury-ravaged, 12 pitchers on the IL, held together with duct tape and short Northwestern Avenue stubbornness. Baseball team went 6 and goddamn 1. Milwaukee first. The Brewers sent out that big, handsome Pollock, Jacob the Miz Mizorowski Friday night, who threw a 105.5-mile-per-hour fastball, the third fastest pitch ever recorded in the history of the sport. Shut down the Cubs 6-2, 105.5 miles per hour. PCA fouled it off. I don't know. I want to buy the guy a beer for that. It's like, that's pretty fucking amazing if you think about it. That thing was fucking fast. Then Saturday, the Cubs handed the ball to David Peterson. What a guy. A man they acquired from the Mets literally 48 hours earlier. He gave up a home run on his very first pitch as a Cub to Jackson Turrio, then settled in, and Ian Happ hit a 3-run bomb. The Chicago went 8-2. His first pitch as a Cub, a home run, and they won anyway. Sunday, Seiya Suzuki singled in 2 runs in the 10th inning, and Jordan Wicks called up from AAA that same morning, stranded the bases loaded with nobody out to preserve a 4-3 win and steal the series. Heartbreaking. We robbed Milwaukee with a pitcher who we found out he was pitching at breakfast. Absolutely criminal. Perfect. Poor Eric Wheelo. My heart aches out for him. Fuck Eric. I wish he was still here. Then the Padres came to Wrigley Monday. Seiya Suzuki walked off Mason Miller in the 9th with a single to center for Chicago's MLB leading 10th walk-off win this season. 10th. It's pretty good. They got a little magic in there. That's why you got to be buyers, right? Today, July 1st, Independence Day came early at Wrigley Field, and the Cubs declared war on the entire San Diego Padres organization. 23 motherfucking to 3. 8 home runs, tied for a Cubs franchise record, and the most runs scored in a single game since 1995. 23 runs. The Padres pitching staff did not deserve this. Nobody deserves this. This is a war crime in baseball pants. And through it all, PCA has 12 home runs, 23 RBI, and a 394 average, and 8 stolen bases in his last 23 games since May 30th. He is not a baseball player right now. He is a force of fucking nature wearing the number 52. The Cubs have 12 pitchers on the injured list. 12! And they just went 6-1. Craig Counsell deserves a Congressional Medal of Honor and a long, weird hug and maybe a reach around. Let's go!
A long, weird hug.
I will say that the San Diego Padres might deserve this because they put their catcher into pitch in the 7th inning.
Yeah.
So 3 innings of or 2 innings, I guess, because the Cubs didn't get to hit in the 9th, but 2 innings of batting practice. And it was just a lot of those runs, the Padres did that to themselves.
That's fair.
Stat batting.
It almost felt mean when Dansby hit a grand slam for his first 3-run homer game of his career.
You wince a little bit when you watch it. You're like, oh, but you remember these guys are making a lot of money, Michael. There's no mercy rule in professional sports, and I say fuck them. You don't want me to score that many runs? Stop me.
No, Lyle.
John Baker didn't give up any runs.
Yeah.
On the opposite, I laughed my ass off the bat. I knew that was gone, and it made me fucking crack up. And then after I got done laughing, then I was like, it was a catcher.
It's kind of beating up a nerd.
And it was 22-3 at the time.
Beating up an old lady nun. That's what it was like.
Beating up an old lady nun. It's sure, it's fun, but in the end, you're like, maybe that wasn't a fair fight.
It was very fucking fun.
Sure, I hate God and women and old ladies and religion, but what the fuck, Danny? What's wrong with you?
She didn't stand a chance against me.
I knew I'd kick her ass.
But, this is how the Cubs bail out the fact that 12 pitchers are on the IL, is by scoring 9 times.
9 times.
Multiple times. They scored 9 times last night. Then scored 9 times today. And then they scored 14 more times after they scored 9 times.
Over under 2 runs in the next game for the Cubs.
Over. So I feel like the Cubs are in one of these stretches.
Cardinals.
The Cardinals. And let me just say, the Cardinals pitching is a dumpster fire. I don't understand what this pitching is. Andre Palante, Miles Michaelis. What are we doing?
Says the woman on a Cubs podcast.
Well, says the woman.
Dumpster fires, we should call this series, Danny.
Says the woman who does a lot of fantasy baseball and knows that the Cardinals pitchers were undraftable. Literally, people were like, I don't know, man, I'm not taking Matthew Liberatore. That's crazy. People were just like, I'm not picking up these guys. So admittedly, the Cardinals have done better than you thought they would, but their pitching is not good. And I feel like they're about to come into sweltering hot, wind blowing out, 4th of July, Wrigley Field with the vibes. And frankly, at the risk of calling something that is totally insane, I would not be surprised if the Cubs break their home run franchise record at some point during this series against the Cardinals.
Yeah, well,
they broke it last year.
Wow.
They might break it again. They tied it today. There is data that indicates the baseball is flying farther this year than at any time since 2019.
It is.
I kind of feel like Andre Palante and fucking Miles Michaelis at Wrigley Field with the Cubs on point is not it.
Yeah, you never take an opera singer and try and make him a pitcher. That's just, everybody knows that. It's baseball 101.
Andre Palante. I'll give you the stats when we do the preview in a little bit, but I really do think that we could tee off like we did against the Padres and like they did against the Mets. Not every game, but the offense has come alive. Dansby Swanson's the key to the whole thing, because you've got your 9-hitter, actually getting on base again, getting his average up from 170, where it was had been in the doldrums.
Yeah, he finally cracked the Mendoza line. Yeah.
No, he more than cracked. It said he was 210, I think, was how he ended the
I
game.
like how you're like, he more than cracked it. 210.
But
And
I mean,
Mendoza
By the way,
actually
that's
never
not
went
terrible
below
in today's
200.
MLB, Michael. I mean,
But-
it's like you look across the league, like teams on average are hit like 215 or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but
it's
if-
not much. It's an ass stat, but
the only issue that remains really with the offense is, well, two issues. Nico Horner, who cannot lead off anymore because he's not getting on base and he's just having an off time of it, and Bregman, who's been a real disappointment and not doing what he was.
And
I'm shocked by Bregman, actually.
I kind of feel like the fix for that is actually just flip-flopping them in the order, telling Nico, quit trying to hit the ball like out of the park and just hit the ball like you always used to. Just hit it. That's all we need from the 2 spot.
Remember how he
And then
started
move
this season off?
Bregman's dumbass where Nico is hitting it, 7 or 8, depending on the day.
Okay, so I actually have a very big concern with Nico Horner. Nico Horner was hit on the head with a pitch on like May 8th
By the Padres.
by the Padres.
That's when he went sideways.
This
right?
is what Nico Horner is slashing in the 209 plate appearances since May 8th. 206, 278, 259 with a WRC plus of 55. He is still not striking out very much. He only strikes out 6.2% of the time. But like, if you compare that to what he was doing at the start of the season before May 8th, like up to the moment that he was hit in the head with a baseball by the fucking Padres. Prior to that, he was hitting 279, 356, 429 with a WRC plus of 121. And he was striking out a little bit more, but I honestly think Nico is
Sarah,
dealing with a concussion that is undiagnosed. And I think that is like,
or do you think it's in his head? I mean,
Porque no las dos, like I don't care.
It's kind of the same
This
thing.
is a problem though. Like that is like 2 different players. That is the
I
same
know, but
thing
is
that happened to
it
Anthony
mental?
Rizzo.
Does he have the yips because he's afraid to get hit again?
He doesn't look afraid to me. He
It
just
doesn't
looks a
look
little
like he's back at all, but he is. Is he hesitating a little bit? Because I have been watching a little bit. I'm like, is he hesitating or is it just in my head?
Well,
I don't know, man, but I would give that man 2 weeks off and like do some tests and not try to play him every. Pedro Ramirez can play second.
Put him in a
Pedro
sleep
Ramirez
deprivation tank for a couple
Pedro
weeks.
Ramirez
and
can
let
play a
him
very
sit.
good second. Like he'll be fine.
I 100% agree with Sarah here. Rizzo went through the same situation in New York. He got hit in the head. He played through concussion
By the Padres,
symptoms.
it was Fernando Tatis fucking hip checked him.
Yeah, and
At
he was struggling, and then and finally they put him on the concussion protocol. I think she's right because look, and here's the thing: whether or not Nico has a concussion at this moment or had one, that concussion protocol could actually do a lot for him because I feel like even
What is the
if,
concussion protocol?
So theoretically, if you get hit in the head and you have concussion symptoms, you can go on the 7-day IL. And it's the only time you can access the 7-day IL. And you can just rest for a week and like get your shit back together and not be stressing yourself out all the time. Because we don't know a lot about how the brain works, but we know that when there are brain injuries, they take a longer time to heal than you think they do. And that is the type of thing, like if you're a guy who hits for contact, not power, and like everything is in that flick of the wrist and like your speed at the plate. And the one thing I wish I had, and if somebody has it out there, send it to me. I will do the analysis on it. I don't have splits for bat speed. So like you cannot split StatCast data by month, and I can't split it off a date, but I would bet money that if you split Nico's StatCast bat speed stuff from May 8th off of May 8th, you would see differences in the power of contact. Like it's not a BABIP thing. It is he needs to hit the ball with authority and get every single ounce of what he puts out there because of the way he plays the game. And if he's just a tiny bit off, he goes from being Nico Horner to Nick Madrigal. And what we're seeing right now is Nick Madrigal. I'm not saying that to be an asshole. Like I think Nico is obviously Nico's a better defender than Nick Madrigal, but he's been hitting like Nick Madrigal for a month and a half now, and it all stems back to the moment he got hit in the head. And like literally just give the guy 2 weeks off, let Pedro Ramirez play second, and call it. Like just let him get healthy.
Chris Solato's reminding us that KB also got hit in the head. Chris Bryant never played the same again.
That was
a lot of other shit.
I was actually at that game in Colorado.
Jason Hayward had the same thing happen. But like some of that is mental, like what Cotton was saying, like you're not in the box the same and you're not on the pitch the same. But I actually think in Nico's case, he looks like he's in the box. He looks like he's on the pitch. Like he doesn't look like he's having problems there. It's not mental. It is a literal like skill set thing. And I swear, and listen, if anybody out there listening has bat speed splits off the date, send them to me because I can't get them publicly, and I guarantee that's what it is.
And I'll tell you, as a guy who you'll all be surprised to know, a guy who's had quite a few concussions. She's absolutely right. Like you can do everything normal and yet you're just off. You're just off a little bit when it's a bad one. And it's no fun. It's no fun because you feel like you can do it and you're literally in that like half a second is like death to a baseball player who's trying to catch up to 105
Less
miles
than
per
half
hour.
a second is death for.
Yeah.
And then the other guy that seems to be coming back from his injury pretty nicely is Boyd, which I don't think any of us are expecting him to do what he did last year. But we need all the help that we can get, and they piggybacked him with Assad, which didn't go great. But Assad, they're just asking him to do all this stuff all the time. You start, and my question is because I do think Boyd is great, but I do think Boyd is great. But I really thought it was a head scratcher to piggyback Assad in that game if you weren't going to be able to give him the rest of the game and really save your bullpen, which you have a day off anyway tomorrow. So I'm kind of like, wait, don't you only have 3 starting pitchers on this baseball team and you're going to take one of them and put him as a reliever? Like, I mean, is Assad isn't he going to be in the rotation?
No, Assad's going to be in the rotation, but they needed, sorry, Michael. They needed him in that. Go ahead, Michael. Sorry.
Well, no, what I was going to say, what's funny is that I made a face and then a few seconds later I saw Sarah make the face because it's a misuse of Assad. Like I understand the temptation. I understand the temptation of putting him in there and try to piggyback, but Assad is okay as the long reliever. He's better as a starting pitcher. He's just a bit better. And when you're coming
that anyway.
Yeah, and when you're coming in late and you start to struggle, now you're 2 innings from the end of the game versus 4 or 5 innings from the end of the game. And I think that changes the whole equation with Assad.
I'm going to try to look up Assad's career splits. Maybe career.
I got you.
You're looking it up as if he's better as a reliever as a starter?
He is. I actually already know he is because I've looked it up before, but I'll get the exact numbers.
Yeah, I know it is because I watch every goddamn game, and nobody needs a goddamn number to believe it's an ass stat, and we all know it.
Hold on a second.
Stats for the win.
He actually has a better.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't. He's better as a reliever.
It's a tie. It's a tie.
Yeah, it's higher. Yeah,
what are you talking about?
Okay, but what is it for
innings?
Javier Assad has 304 and a third innings as a starter. He has a 3.58 ERA. As a reliever, he has 78 and a third innings. He has 3.56 ERA. That is not a meaningful difference.
No, it's not a meaningful. It's actually worse because a lot of those are going to be 1 inning. Like you go in for 1 inning. Like,
what we should care about more.
You only have to do it once. I don't know.
I mean, these are pretty even, honestly. Like
it's pretty even, yeah. The whip is a little higher as a starter,
except for the difference in the number of innings.
Well, because he's pitched more as a starter.
Exactly, but I'm
saying that doesn't mean he's better as a starter. That just means he's been in that role more.
Well, it makes you better because you're taking more innings as a starter. Like if you're doing 5 innings and your ERA is 3.5, that's more impressive than if you're just pitching 1 inning and your ERA is 3.5.
Can we? I don't give a fuck if Javier Assad starts or relieves or whatever. Javier Assad is a fucking dude, and we should appreciate him more. What
Absolutely.
he does,
he's the ass man. We love him.
He has terrible pitches. His pitches are not on the stuff meter, like high or good. He has excellent location, and he puts his pitches in places they are not supposed to go. So, like, he throws his sinker high. He throws his slider in a way that it shouldn't be thrown. It looks more like a cutter. Like, he just does all sorts of crazy shit that nobody is expecting, and everybody's like, this shouldn't work. And yet it does, because nobody expects the slider to be where the cutter is, and nobody expects the sinker to be high. And Javier Assad's like, hi, okay, through another inning, bye. And then he cheers for Mexico. And Vamos Mexico.
Well,
Vamos Mexico.
And I noticed that the last time I was, when he's out there and he's throwing, like when he's getting his spot, when he's got that control, and it can change, and it did change inning to inning the other day.
They almost lost the game for us after winning 9-1. It was
9-1.
We won 9-7.
But early on, like you're watching him, and he's putting some of these pitches. They were amazing, and then he just lost it a little bit, and then all of a sudden it went the other direction.
Well, that's actually not fair. Javier Assad is a great pitcher, but he doesn't have stuff. He is the anti-Jacob Misiorowski. Misiorowski just goes there. He throws strikes. They're 105 miles per hour. You can't hit them. He laughs at you, and he walks into the dugout. Javier Assad is like, I don't have 105. I have a slider I can make you think is a cutter, and I have a sinker I can make you think is a four seam, and I can like do some jujitsu.
He's trying to do more Greg Maddux shit than overpower people.
Yep.
And it really depends on how he matches up too, as well. Because I like what Terry E said that versus the Giants, Assad was on. Yeah, and sometimes, and that's the other thing he could do. He could like come in and like remember in the World Baseball Classic. I'll always remember Assad for the moment where he like just took Team USA to task. And it was just all-star after all-star after all-star. And Javier Assad was like, "Not today, motherfucker!" That was so great.
One of my favorite moments ever. He went through like Trey Turner, Kyle Schwarber, Mike Trout. He was just like, boom, boom, boom. 3 innings, 9 up, 9. I think it was 9 up, 9 down because one guy got on and like he erased it with a double play, and it was just like Javier Assad just came to play.
Has there been any talk or any like reliable stats or just injury proneness to guys that pitched in the World Baseball Classic? Like, is there an overabundance of guys who just like they're not as good as they should be because they spend a lot of time pitching the World Baseball Classic? Like, are we getting a lot of that? Because I haven't heard much of it.
I mean, I looked at it early in the season, but I haven't looked at it since then. I will say, I mean, there are some injuries. Like Daniel Palencia is injured, Matthew Boyd is injured. Like, I
believe the Mets broadcast talked about it a little bit. One game when the Cubs and the Mets are playing, but I don't remember.
A lot of the guys on the Cubs who were in it have been injured this year, and I'm just wondering if that's league wide.
Jameson Taillon was also bad in the World Baseball Classic.
God, he was terrible.
I was legit in San Juan watching Canada play Panama, and Jameson Taillon is getting lit up by Christian Bethancourt and Miguel Amaya, and I was like, this is a bad omen. This is not good.
Yeah, I mean, of all the pitching injuries that we have, if Jameson Taillon can't come back, it's really not that big of a loss. Like, this is where you get your win above replacement situation. It's like
we have no replacements though.
That's the problem. We need warm bodies.
Taillon is the replacement.
The wins above replacement concept requires that there's someone in your system who is a replacement.
Who could replace them. Well, yeah, you've got what's his name, Bryce Wilson. I guess. No. I mean, Dad Bod Central.
Nope.
Why not?
Nope.
Dad Bod
sometimes I worry that literally some dude with like just a goatee shows up and he's like, "I'm a relief pitcher," and they fucking just like agree.
It's Danny Rocket, man. Put him in. Put Danny Rocket in.
Throw like 35.
You show up to the Cubs. You show up to Wrigley Field with a goatee and a mullet. And you could probably pitch an inning.
Yeah, I'll be like, I'm Andrew Chafin, and just walk in.
I mean, I was Andrew Chafin on.
I'm the ghost of Rod Beck.
Yeah, let me in. We got to go to break, but before we do, I know Cotton's got something, and I want to say that I want to thank Matt for coming out and seeing me sing the anthem there I am on the field singing our nation's anthem. And I didn't know that it was like America Day in South Bend. So like they were wearing their America jerseys. They were all stars and stripes. We had the color guard.
Yeah.
And so it was really
USA.
cool. Yeah, and the place was packed, and people were singing along. It was awesome. And Matt, one of the bleacher bums, he lives not too far away. There he is with his son behind me there. And I was on the field, and I got to meet their hot mascot. Look at her. She's hotter than
was she wearing pants?
No.
Whoa!
She
We got her and Clark.
She's wearing a mini skirt.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, that kind of counts as pants. I mean,
Clark was meditating on the field on Monday. He was sitting on the ground with no pants on, meditating, like he had his hands in the lotus position.
Did he forget Mental Health Day was? Did that happen yet?
No.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah.
no, that's how I know that Clark is an actual fan, because all of us are sitting here searching our souls going, why am I so upset about a team 11 games over 500 before the All-Star break? We're all trying to search our souls.
As I watch this team, I routinely think about, I think it's the B-52s and you may ask yourself, how did I get here?
Yeah.
You may find yourself
Talking heads, yeah.
watching the Cubs, talking heads. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, we're all older than you, Sarah. It's
well,
okay.
listen, this is like an oldie but goodie for me. But like, you may ask yourself, how did I get here?
Well, my wife wanted a divorce, and you were not talking about me,
right?
And so I moved to Chicago, and Lyle's like, "Why don't we start a Cubs podcast?" And I was like, "Oh, okay,
I don't know."
Now
Yeah. Are we going into the origin story of the Sun Ranto show?
Yeah, the origin story of the Sun Ranto.
There's a way to get Danny out of his depression.
Yeah,
Are we taking a break? Because I want to hit my vape pen.
We are,
yeah.
and
Also, we vape on air.
Yeah. Well,
I don't, but I will.
Well, I think it's against the YouTube rules or some shit.
Who's that cubby? Do we got a silhouette?
Yes, we have a silhouette. I'm gonna pop it up there.
That's not even a. You didn't even give us a batting.
Well,
stance.
no, but it's a baseball card.
But there's a little picture of the person.
This was the only baseball card I could find of this guy. And when you find out who it is, you'll know why. And so I left the bottom one a little bit so you can kind of see him. But the hint is first half phenom.
Okay.
I've got nothing. You gave us an outline of a guy.
Also, Chris just jinxed the Cubs, and I just want to fucking say it out loud before I leave the show because.
Oh, Lyle, are you leaving us?
Oh, yeah. Lyle's got to go. He's got
to go. I have a bunch of people coming over to watch Team USA play tonight, and I got to clean my house before they get here.
Before you do that, though, can I just ask Lyle? Yes. You love Wilson Contreras, right?
I love Wilson. I've always loved Wilson Contreras. I was mad that he decided to go to the Cardinals, and it really hurt my feelings because of how much I love him, but I never stopped liking the guy. I was just pissed that he went there.
Wilson Contreras in Boston is like all the good things. I'm so happy.
It's meant to be. And, there's not a lot of cities with great, like, Latin culture. In Boston, like the baseball fans, it's there. And I love that. New York, Chicago, LA, Boston has some of it, even with the San Diego, even with the checkered history in Boston, like, it's nice. When he goes up, like, you just fucking see everybody get up there. Yeah! So he's loved.
Pretty great. I think Theo really did Wilson a solid there.
I agree.
I love it.
So, Lyle, have a great night. I guess go Team USA. I might go to a Bosnian bar to watch this one, so I will not be cheering for Team USA, at least in public, at least not out loud.
Quietly.
I'll just watch the game. Yeah, I don't need to get any smoke from the Bosnians.
Vamos, 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 vamos.
Yeah, but that's my team. Sarah's got the same team with me.
Vamos.
Yeah. Team Mexico, because they want it more. They want it more than anybody,
That they've had an incredible run so far, so it's fun.
I would love to see them go.
Is that game going to be in Jerry's World, Sarah? Is that going to be is that game going to be in Jerry's World?
Okay, so get this. The round of 16 for Mexico against England is in Estadio Azteca.
Yes.
I am calling it now.
For anybody else.
Mexico is going to clown show England. Mexico has yet to give up a goal in the World Cup, and we are better than people think we are. England goes out on like crazy shit like it's their job, and they have to go play at 7,000 feet in Estadio Azteca. Vamos.
Yeah, it's
hasta luego, England.
Yeah,
Get fucked.
I agree.
Yeah.
Mexico all day.
That's the betting edge too. They're playing at 7,000 feet. Those fucking Flatlanders have never been above 200 feet.
Yeah, no, and beyond that,
200 feet is when they're in the second floor of their house.
Yeah.
After the round of 16, Mexico gets to go to Miami. So they get to go from training at elevation, where they have been playing for a month, and they get to go to sea level, which is incidentally how you win a marathon. Like you train at elevation and then you go run at sea level. Like I just think this Mexico team is going to surprise people.
That'd be so awesome.
I'm all in for it.
I like it, and I think Team USA, fastest team in the tournament right now. It's been fun to watch them too.
Yeah, I'll cheer for them tonight. But I
was a huge Congo fan earlier today, but now they suck, and so I'm done.
Yeah. Fuck you, Congo. Go back to your rubber trees. All right, so we'll be we're right back in 3 minutes. Here's your silhouette. Let's hear your answers in the chat of who you think this is. We'll be right back.
The Bleacher Bunch brings you great shows like Sun Ranto, Cubs PS Plus, Bricks Behind the Ivy, Cuppa Cubby Blue, and Baseball Rabbit Hole. But you could be getting so much more when you subscribe to our Patreon page for as little as $1 a month at patreon.com/BleacherBunch. Get access to our exclusive daily show Cubs Pod, where we recap every single game. Plus, be the first to hear Cubs music, get early access to events, and receive an invitation to join our Discord Cubs community, where fans just like you show up every day to rant and rave about our beloved boys in blue. Most importantly, 10% of your Patreon pledge will go directly to help the Lost Boys Youth Baseball program. So join us. There are perks at every level, like the Renter Calendar, absolutely free, and name recognition for you or your business. We are independent Cubs podcasters, and we need your support. Otherwise, we'll quit. Seriously, we'll all quit. Some of us might even die from your lack of support. In fact, the cutest little puppy you've ever seen will die if you don't support the Bleacher Bunch at patreon.com/BleacherBunch. We promise to spend all the Patreon money on tickets and beer and all the dung crap we have to buy just to keep our podcast rolling. So give us your money, and we'll waste it far better than you will. Patreon.com/BleacherBunch. Free trials are available, but don't do a free trial. Just join, okay? Okay. Patreon.com/BleacherBunch.
In the clutch, in the clutch. Buy t-shirts from In the Clutch. Take it from the Bleacher Bunch. You'll love the shirts from In the Clutch.
In the Clutch shirts are comfortable, stylish, and guaranteed to get you laid. Plus, they're proud sponsors of the Bleacher Bunch. Use promo code BleacherBunch for 10% off your purchase.
Nice to feel and soft to touch. That's why you will get laid so much. Wearing a shirt from In the Clutch. And you can thank the Bleacher Bunch.
In the Clutch, in the Clutch. Buy t-shirts from In the Clutch. Remember the code Bleacher Bunch. Save 10% at In the Clutch. In the Clutch. In the Clutch.
In the Clutch shirts actually not really guaranteed to get you laid.
Hey there, as you can see, I'm a talking penguin. No, I'm not like the Batman kind of penguin or Rod Say or that dumb fuck Happy Feet. No, I'm the spokespenguin for Penguin Imprints, who makes awesome imprinted items with original designs. And they do custom stuff too. Why, check this out. And this. How do you like this, Chicago? And I love this one. And this might sound a little weird coming from a penguin, but fuck ice indeed. Penguin Imprints also makes custom t-shirts and stickers for your event or organization. And because they're sponsors, listeners of the Bleacher Bunch Network can get 20% off any order at penguinimprints.com with the code BleacherBunch. Okay, that's enough about Penguin Imprints. Now I gotta go find that little bitch Happy Feet and put his smirking pink on the other side of his head. I hate that fucker. But man, do I love Penguin Imprints.
Oh, hi. I didn't see you there because I was entrenched in the awesome new baseball fan app called Fanarchy. It's the best way to keep up on Cubs and baseball news and follow every game live. But what I like best is the game search feature. I can find any game in history by describing it and say I was there. Gabby Hartnett hits a big homer, and there it is. The lineups, the box score. Oh, I can reminisce about being there at the homer and the Gloman. People don't say Gloman about dusk like they used to. Let's try another. Babe Ruth calls his shot and hits a homer at Wrigley Field. And there it is, that Charlie freaking Root. What a bum. Anywho, I love Fanarchy, so I wrote them a song. Get off Facebook, get off X. The Fanarchy app is the best. For all the Cubs baseball news I need, I always use Fanarchy.
Who's that Cubby?
All right, we are back. Chris Salato guest Tyler Colvin. Terry E suggested Micah Hoffpower, and they were in the right sort of category. This first baseman had a 2012 card.
Brian LaHair.
Brian LaHair.
All-star Brian LaHair.
Which is why I said first half phenom. He had that one first half, made the All-Star, and then he just kind of fell apart on the second half of the season and was done. And done for the Cubs. He played for he played for Seattle. He bounced around a little bit.
He played for the Seattle before he played for the Cubs.
Oh, that's right. He was with Seattle before, and then he bounced around a little bit, but yeah, he was in 2012. The Cubs were so bad. We were really excited about Brian LaHair's first half.
Do you know, guess how many WAR he was worth in his All-Star season?
Overall?
Yeah.
I'm going to say 3.6.
Sarah, you have a guess of Brian LaHair's WAR in his All-Star season?
1.7.
How about more like 0.1?
I almost guessed 0. I was like, is it literally like a 0?
It was a rough second half for the guy. And the thing is, like, it's not even like he was great in the first half. He just happened to hit a few homers and people got excited, and Cubs fans had nobody else to vote for. So they just went ahead and voted for Brian LaHair.
Coom Dog was a 0.8 WAR player in his All-Star season.
Oh, that's so funny because I was literally just thinking Brian LaHair could someday be All-Star Brian LaHair on the radio broadcast.
Oh man. So I got to ask you guys, Sarah, you were at the game Monday, right?
Monday, I was at Monday's game and I was at today's game. I was not at Tuesday's game because vamos.
Now, so that was really exciting, that walk-off. And we had one against the Brewers like the day before as well. That was
we did not walk off the Brewers.
Not a walk-off, but it felt like a tense game that had a playoff feeling, and our closer Jordan Wicks on the mound trying to get it done. Like, no, it felt like an intense game, and so did the next night. And it was so hot. It is so hot in Chicago. It's hot everywhere. It's like I know I'm not alone. Nobody's alone with the heat. But after the game, after we win the game, Suzuki gets the hit, and the garbage comes raining out of the bleachers, and everybody started throwing cups. Look at this. I'm showing it on the screen right now for the podcast listeners. There's like tons of water bottles and beer cups, and there's a beer bat on the field. Some of these were almost hitting the pitchers. They were like trying to hit Clark, and I don't really get disappointed. Like, that's not a feeling I usually have. Like, even when the Cubs lose, I don't get disappointed that much. I'm just like, yeah, they fucking suck. They lost. That's how I feel. But I was so disappointed in Cubs fans for littering our own field. I found that to be disgraceful and shameful, and I had a sick feeling in my stomach after that. I just wanted to say that, I made a video that went viral too. Them yelling at everybody, calling them fucking pieces of shit.
Listen, be better, Cubs fans. Like, seriously, this is not okay. I don't care how many beers you've had. I don't care how hot it is. I don't care how good the game is. I don't care how bad the game is. Like, if the Cubs lose 23-3, you are not throwing your trash on the field for the Cubs workers to pick up. That is amateur hour, and we are better than that in the city, and I will have none of it.
Now, and also, why? That's the thing that I do not understand. And it's not just Cubs fans. It just happens to be Cubs fans this time. But when your team wins and then you make a mess or you break things or whatever, like, I don't understand that at all. I will break a bunch of shit when the Cubs lose, sure, but not when they win.
The goddamn it, punch a wall, break your hand. But, and I've seen garbage get thrown on the field at Wrigley Field, and it's usually when the umpire fucked the team over and everybody's mad or like
it's usually mid-game.
Yeah, it's usually in the middle of the game, and it's like there's a 3-run homer. And it gets called. The Cubs hit a 3-run homer. And they're like, actually, it was foul. And they called it back, and everybody raids garbage on the field because they're trying to disrupt the game. This was in celebration of the win, so that's what didn't make sense because I'd seen it before, and I guess that other version doesn't bother me as much. Like when there's a fight and then a bunch of people get ejected, and here comes the garbage. Then I kind of like, well.
They both bother me. Like, honestly, don't ask other people to clean up your stuff because you're a child. Like, no tantrums. We're not doing that. I will say, I did think that the victorious throwing of stuff on the field was probably the Tarp Bros and the Cup Snake guys. Like, that's who does that shit. And all of you need to grow up. Like, that is crazy. Don't do that.
Well, I made
you can Tarp Bro. I don't care if you Tarp Bro. Cup Snakes are lame, but you want to hold garbage all game, knock yourself out, have a nice day. But don't throw it on the field for any reason. I
made the point, on my video that these are the same dudes that are listening to all those Manosphere podcasts and try to be a man and look.
I've muted all of them. I've muted all of you.
I'm like, here's the first way to be a man. Don't throw your garbage on the ground for other people to pick up. It's very simple. Part of being a man, clean up after yourself.
So one of the things, Danny, we've talked about, I don't know that we've ever talked about it on the pod, but there's a handful of dudes who just get in my mentions and whatever. So I don't block, I mute. So I don't see you and you don't know that I don't see you. But at one point in time, there was one of these guys who said something to me, and then somebody in the replies was like, she never replies, da-da-da-da. I'm like, you're both muted. Also, nobody owes you a fucking response. You do not get to scream into the void and be an asshole because you think you get to scream into the void and be an asshole. And also, that extends to these people who are like, I get to throw my trash on the ground and other people will clean it up for me. Absolutely not. Be a grown-up. Y'all are sad that the women won't fuck you, and they won't fuck you because you're not a grown up.
Yeah, you're way too nice, Sarah. I let people know on Front Street. I follow and I block. Those are the only two options. And I block. There are so many people that I have blocked, and they don't even know it. I just happened to see something I didn't like, so I blocked them.
No, but when you block, they can go to your page and see, oh, this person has blocked you. If you mute, they never know.
Oh, well.
They just think you're ignoring the fuck out of them. And that is the way.
Yeah, it is. It is way meaner. It is way meaner, but I just get sick of seeing the people because I get the reply guys, especially for my political work. When I get these reply people and I toy with them sometimes and then I just hate them. And I'm like, you know what? I'm wasting all my time. This guy, he replies to everything I fucking say and I'm just done. And so I block them and then they can call me a fucking wuss for not wanting to engage anymore. But no, because you
don't owe anybody engagement at all. And
that's what Sarah's saying. She's not engaging. She's just letting them think that that she might someday, which is even like ruins them further. It's like taking a knife and twisting it slowly because they're like, well, do I not want to? Do I?
I guess I don't understand. I don't understand that concept because I don't sit around waiting for women to reply to me who never will.
Oh my God. So like, honest to God, I don't know what's going on with Danny's fireworks right now. Like, honest to God, look, I'm not going to name the podcast that like sicks these dudes at me. Cause like, I know who it is and it's pretty obvious, but like, I'll have a take that like some quadrant of Cubs Twitter will be like, we disagree. And it will like blow up on a podcast. And the next thing I know, I've got all these men in my mentions. In fact, this is true story from this week. So Monday night's game, I go with our friend Ken Schultz. I'm sitting there like keeping score, just like talking about work, whatever. And this guy from across the aisle, we're in 204 on the aisle. So he's on the other side of the aisle. He says, hey, Sarah Sanchez. And I'm like, I don't know you. And he's like, no, I follow you on Twitter. Like, you're great. Can I buy you a beer? He buys me a beer. He's got his daughter with him. So I'm like, I'm super into like, be a lady who likes baseball amongst the little ones.
Right.
And he says, I want to apologize because a few months ago, you posted a thing about, it was the day that the Cubs Cleveland game got rained out. And I didn't like the Guardians rain out policy and the way they do a combo doubleheader instead of a split doubleheader, because it means that your ticket value is nothing. Like you can't get anything for the ticket that you just lost because of the nature of the doubleheader gate. And he's like, I posted a thing in reply to that. I thought I was just being like in conversation. And then a bunch of guys piled on. And I said, well, number one, you were great. I didn't have a problem with what you said at all. Number two, I didn't see any of those guys who piled on because I've already muted all of them. Yeah. First offense, you come into my replies hot, mute.
Yeah, you get one chance.
Mute. That's it. Yeah. I don't have time for you. But so I love it when I see these guys and they're like, she never replies to us. I'm like, I don't know you shit. I don't know your reply. Don't come into my mentions hot.
Joey says most of these idiots have never been punched in the face.
That is exactly right.
That is true with the young men. Like they definitely were. Their dads were lawyers and they were raised by a nanny or something. And Salado says men are the worst. Yeah. That's kind of
not all men. Some of you are great. But
Sarah, don't really not all men. Yeah. Nobody said all men. You don't have to fucking say that shit.
Yeah, but
not all men. Leave that to me and Danny, the middle-aged white dudes, to say shit like that.
I think it actually is all men though.
Kind of is.
There's just those of us that have learned to hide it, kind of.
Some of us have been punched in the face.
Yeah,
I already told you I have multiple concussions.
Maybe even by a woman. Maybe there was a woman who punched you in the face. It was like, God damn it.
Oh, I've been punched in the face by a woman. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I have only been slapped. This is honest God. I have only been slapped out of anger by one woman ever.
Good job, Cotton.
It's my wife. Yeah. I was surprised too.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
And I have to say, that's not why I married her. That would be weird. If that was the one thing. Ooh, she slapped me. I'm in it.
Well, it can be kind of the violence and sex. They kind of go together sometimes.
Danny, you might need to pivot this podcast because we're in a rabbit hole here.
We're in a K-hole.
You know what? If you want to talk about this, go join the Discord. We have a spot in Discord where we talk about all of our past traumas and our mental issues because we are this like amazing community that actually supports each other, unlike all the fucking shitballs that Sarah's talking about. So give $1 a month. It's so much cheaper than a therapist, but you also need a therapist as well.
No, you just talk to me. I'll tell you what to do. Make a video about it. Get angry. Also, I wanted to point out that the moon was just incredible over Wrigley Field the other night, on the night of that walk-off. So there was something. It was a full moon, so I've kind of settled that. I was really disappointed in the moment, but I've gotten over it. But
yeah,
look at that gorgeous moon. That full moon, just golden.
It was beautiful. They talked about it a little bit on the broadcast, and let me just say, Alex and Elise, That's the broadcast, people. And if I don't look, I like JD.
I swear to God,
but I fucking
you're
hate
not doing
Boog.
JD slander. We're not doing
No.
JD slander.
I like JD.
JD is a fucking dude.
I do, but these two together are better. Look, if we had Len and JD, I'll give you that. But Boog and JD, if I have to go 2 for 2, like I got to get rid of both of them and go Elise and Alex.
Are you trying to get punched in the face again?
Always. There's a reason I didn't stop with this, just that one concussion.
Sarah? What's your? I mean, do you not like the Alex?
Look, okay, I
Elise
understand. I understand the Boog problem. Like I
and I'm not saying anything against JD.
Like, look, I don't actually like hate Boog as much as most people do, but like I understand I know.
I lead the charge.
We know. I know a lot of people though don't love the Boog of it all, and I get it. Like I will say, so I think it was Dom, the director of morale or whatever, the guy who like the Cubs morale guy.
He's been on this show, yeah.
Yeah. I've been on the show with him, but I think it was him who tweeted it. It could have been somebody else, but it was like one of those accounts, and he said something like, "Alex Cohen is the voice of the Cubs. Like, let's get over the whole Boog thing." And I get that to some extent. Like, Alex has a better Homer vibe for the play-by-play, but JD is the best color analyst in the business. He's so good. Like, he is hysterical and dry and low-key and smart and understands the game. And I swear to God, if you get rid of JD because you had to get rid of I would kill everybody on this.
Look,
no. Could it be Alex and JD? Like, has that been a team that works?
Alex is not that great to me. I'm sorry. Like, I don't understand why people like Alex so much. Like, he's fine. Alex and Boog are like here for me. I'm like, I don't
reminds
care.
me of Gary
Oh my
Cohen.
God, I can't believe you just said that. The reason everybody loves Alex so much is because Boog is so fucking bad.
He's not though. Like,
he's horrendous. He's unfucking listenable.
It's like listening to a good karaoke singer after, like,
somebody
got up and bombed.
And I'm not saying anything about JD. Like, if you want to go JD and Alex, fine. I'm good with that. I'm just saying that as a team, if I have to choose between as a team, Boog and JD and Alex and Elise, I'm taking Alex and Elise every single day, twice on Sundays.
Like,
they're
Alex
so much better.
JD too. So I don't know why you're making Elise part of this. Like, is Elise a fucking elite color analyst? Like, I don't really think she
could
is.
be. She's
could
not,
be, but like JD is.
Sarah, why are we arguing about this? I fucking enjoyed the last 3 games. I didn't say shit about JD. I didn't say shit about JD. No, I didn't say
Alex and Elise. You said Alex and Elise.
But that has nothing to fucking do with JD. I didn't say anything about JD. I just really enjoyed these two calling these games. They were very good.
I think the real question is, where the fuck is Pat Hughes? Because he's been back a little bit, but I've been hearing a lot of Zach Zaidman. Which the only good thing about Zach Zaidman being on the broadcast is that he does not cackle when he's got to do the play-by-play. So he's just actually kind of telling us what's happening in the game instead of laughing at Pat Hughes' terrible jokes.
You invoked Pat Hughes, and I was thinking this, but I wasn't going to do it because I thought it was over the top. But you invoked Pat Hughes, so I will. JD is the color analyst equivalent of Pat Hughes. He is that good. We are so fucking lucky to have him. We are so fucking lucky to have Jim DeShays. And I will not stand for a single second of Elise Menaker should replace Jim DeShays. Like, that is crazy talk.
Sarah,
I would love a woman to be like a standard on the broadcast more than anybody in the universe. And the best broadcast team the Cubs ever had was Beth Mowins and Jim DeShays.
Yes. I agree. They were fucking wonderful, and I loved how they worked together. But I was not saying anything about JD. I was just saying.
No, you just said we should have Alex and Elise, which means that I don't get fucking JD anymore.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. That is not what I was saying.
That is exactly what you said.
I wanted to talk about how good these two were on this call for these 3 games because not only did they stay mostly focused on the game, they did have a few things, and they brought Taylor in, and of course Taylor has to talk about her whole role is to talk about other things, but they did a good job of working that in. But here's the thing. This is the thing I love the best about them. They would be calling the game, and then they would stop and just wait for the pitch to happen. And I fucking loved it. I'm sitting here listening to the game and waiting for the pitch, and then the pitch happens, and then they talk about the play. And that's what I'm looking for in the broadcast.
I think Alex, look, I like Alex Cohen. He's fine. He's better than Boog. But like, if we're talking replacement level, where Vin Scully is like a 10 WAR player, Boog is a 2 WAR player, and Alex Cohen is a 2.4 WAR player.
Fucking WAR.
2 WAR player versus 2.4 WAR player. That's it. JD, on the other hand, is like a 9 WAR color analyst, and Elise is like a 3 WAR color analyst. But like, again, I just cannot believe that you're like, oh, I want Zaidman. Alex and Elise forever. Zaidman is a -17 WAR player. Nobody knows how he's still here.
Okay, look.
How many tackles above replacement?
And
Matt Hughes is in the Vin Scully tier.
Sarah, and that's all fine. You can love JD that much. I actually do love JD. I was literally just talking
Elise.
About what
I actually really like Elise. Elise being on the game show, like on all the things, is great. I think she's great. She's better than Boog, and she's better than Alex.
And at no point did I say you didn't like. And at no point,
she's also not close to Cliff Floyd. Like Cliff Floyd is also like probably better than like half of the people we're talking about right now.
Yeah, well, Cliff. Okay. Well, what I notice is that everybody hates all of them. If you go on Twitter, any kind of change that happens will evoke a negative reaction. As far as I can tell, nobody likes any of the Cubs broadcasters except for Pat Hughes.
JD.
Pat Hughes
and JD.
I think Pat.
Everybody loves this. I'm sorry. I am not trying to be an asshole here, but like you went to Pat Hughes. You just left JD out of the equation. You were like, Alex and Elise
because
is so
I
much
wasn't
better
talking about JD.
Boog
I love JD.
So whatever.
But that's not what I was talking about.
Nobody appreciates Jim DeShays. And I am a Jim DeShays stan. Jim DeShays, we are so fucking lucky to have Jim DeShays.
I am too.
I think Cotton, I don't think that Cotton saying he enjoyed the Elise and Alex meant that he thinks JD should be gone.
No, not at all.
The broadcast should be Alex and Elise.
Yeah.
No,
I does get rid of. Yeah.
Well,
in
okay.
Effect, yeah.
And if
my point is, y'all are sleeping on Jim DeShays.
Look, Sarah, let me talk here for a second.
Quality babies.
If the option is Alex and Elise versus Boog and JD, I'm taking Alex and Elise all day long because it doesn't have Boog.
That's because you've got such a Boog hatred. You're willing to
because
you're King Solomon. You're cutting the baby in half. You're cutting the baby right in half.
You're cutting the quality baby in half. The quality baby is quality because they're in half.
Yes, I agree with that, but at no point was I offering any JD slander. I like JD a lot, and honestly, what you said about JD and Beth Mowins. That's the answer.
Yeah,
they were the fucking wonderful.
Can I? All right. I need to move on because Team USA is going to play soon.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't realize that was going to go so far.
I didn't either. I'm still surprised about it.
I just wanted to love on this last 3 days, the wonder that we got without Boog in the fucking office.
Next thing you want, Steve Stone.
There will be no Jim DeShays slander on my watch. None of it.
And again,
the man is the funniest person I've ever heard on a Cubs broadcast.
I just omitted him.
If you ever go on that Twitter account that is like JD quotes or Jim DeShays quotes or whatever it is all brilliant. It is all just like Jim DeShays brilliance. And the funniest moment that has happened in a Cubs broadcast in the last 5 years was when Beth Mowins and Jim DeShays were calling a game, and it was like the day after those Blue Jays fans got caught having sex up at the rafters. And they're like, doing this back and forth, and the game is going on, and like deadpan, Beth Mowins is like, yeah, they're really getting it on up there. And like Jim Deshaies goes, oh, no, you didn't. And they both just like, they mute themselves because they are laughing so hard.
Yes.
Because they just like are inside joking there. It was like Don Orsillo and Jerry Remy with the Here Comes the Pizza, which, by the way, if you're not a Bostonian and you don't understand that reference, go look up, just Google Here Comes the Pizza, watch, you're welcome. It is Jim Deshaies and Beth Mowins do that, and I just will have no Jim Deshaies slander.
Well,
they were so good together because they kind of were of the same era, and they had the same. They knew each other's references, and they worked off of each other so well.
Yes.
Like Alex and JD, they have the problem of Alex being just too young and not quite picking it up.
I picked JD over Alex. Find somebody to work with JD.
Yeah, but Boog is just a fucking shitball. Like he doesn't.
The gap
know
between
what
Alex and
doing.
Boog is like this. The gap between JD and everybody else is like this.
See, and I disagree because at least Alex talks about the game. Like he generally talks.
So
about
does
it.
JD.
They have
That's
different
all
jobs.
it fucking takes for me because I'm so tired of
play-by-play
Boog.
part. Well, I'm going to take you back to a time before play-by-play even existed. That is back
150 years ago.
There was play-by-play, but it was in the bleachers.
That baseball had like weird scenes.
Yeah, it's weird.
Baseball bullshit.
It's very strange. So I don't have anything too groundbreaking to share about what happened in the Cubs' first season in baseball, but today they scored 18 runs in a game against the Philadelphia A's. So they scored 23 today. So it's maybe something in the water. Hot day. They scored 18 runs. They scored 19 the game before, and they scored 13 the game before that. And the game before that against a different team, like the Hartford Blues or whatever they were called, they scored 16. So like this week, it added up to like 48, 50 runs in the last 4 games for the 1876 Chicago White Stockings. And then I thought, just because I went down a little rabbit hole in my own brain, you guys remember that series versus the Pirates where they did the same thing at Wrigley Field and then they never scored again. The rest of this year, they did that in early September, and then they completely scored 1 run a game for the rest of the season.
That was when Anthony Rizzo blew out his ankle. It was the 2019 season. Andy and I were at those games where they scored like 19 and 18 runs against the Pirates, and then Anthony Rizzo blew out his ankle. We were all freaking out. The Cardinals came into town. Anthony Rizzo comes out with a swollen ass ankle and hits a leadoff home run. And
it was amazing.
What is going on? And then they lose anyway because Craig Kimbrell can't do shit. Like, it was just like the worst. That was the Nick Castellanos year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, the Cubs beat Pittsburgh Friday, September 13th, 17-8. Then they beat them 14-1. Then they beat them 16-6. And that got us to 81-68. And then what happened, Danny? Then we won 3 more games the rest of the season.
Oh my God.
After beating, they won 1 more game against Cincinnati, 8-2. And then they went into game 151 all the way to game 159. They didn't win again. They lost to Cincinnati twice. They got swept by the Cardinals, like you just mentioned. A couple of heartbreakers. 3 of those games were all of those games were 1-run losses,
including one where Craig Kimbrell came in. I remember this vividly. I was sitting in the 300s with 2 of my friends from DC. Craig Kimbrell comes in. The Cubs have like a 2-run lead. They really just only need to win 1 or 2 games to make it to the fucking playoffs. And fucking Craig Kimbrell is not good because he's Craig Kimbrell. And Yadi Molina hits a ball that is like a foot above the strike zone to the bleachers. And I died a little bit.
Yeah, I remember that. Right to my left. I was in the bleachers when that ball came in and deflated us. And garbage did not rain upon the field in that moment.
So real quick, I decided what are the highest scoring games and when did they happen? And only one other July 1st is on this list. It is 1885. The White Stockings scored 24 runs against the Boston Braves, 24-10. They beat them.
Yeah, I have some of those. I did ask ChatGPT about it, and there was that famous game against the Phillies. In fact, in the modern era, two of the highest
modern
scoring
era most.
in the modern era, which I don't know if you count. Do you count 1922 as modern era?
Modern era starts in like 1900 something.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that July 3rd is
I believe,
not modern era for sure.
22
Yeah.
is in.
Yeah, modern era against the Buffalo Bisons. We beat them 31-7 in 1883. 36-7 in 1897 against the Colonels. And but in the modern era, the Cubs, they played in that game. They beat the Phillies 26-23. And then they lost to the Phillies 23-22 in 10 innings. That's that crazy game when like every Kingman hit like 3 home runs.
Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, those are the highest scoring games ever, right? Because the most runs scored in the game by both teams. Like those are insane numbers. Was that 49 runs in that game?
Yeah.
And that's before the position players would pitch. I don't think a position player pitched in that game.
Exactly.
Like today does not get to 23.
And
they don't do that.
Oh, dude, when they brought in the Nunez or whatever his name is, the catcher, I was like, that's not his name. I don't remember his name. Duran. His name is Duran. When they brought him in to pitch, I was like, oh, this game's, we're scoring 20.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Inning, I was like, we get two innings of like this guy pitching.
I did not think that, but I was proven wrong very quickly.
I mean, should they just have slaughter rule? Like if you're winning by 15 runs after the 7th?
No, because of days like today, where honestly there was a moment in the 9th inning where I was like, I don't know, man, the Padres might come back.
Well, I think that there should be an option for the losing team once the 7th inning is completed to maybe do that, right?
To give up.
Yeah.
Right.
Like we're done.
Yeah, but not necessarily like a mandatory or whatever, because I mean, you don't know, because like today we got to see a number of guys for the Cubs.
Yeah, Justin
get
Dean
some
got
opportunities to play.
Opportunities hitting off a.
It doesn't matter. We get to see those guys get out there and play a little bit because Craig won't let fucking anybody play. Alcantara got to play for 4 innings because he's a right-handed hitter. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. It's the only way to get these guys in sometimes. So I kind of like that, but leave it up to the
pitching. Like we kept Wicks in. Now, what do you think of this idea? We kept Wicks in there today, and they didn't have to do that. We could have put in a position guy too.
Well, here's the thing. I do not believe a winning team should ever be able to put in a position player.
Why not?
That kind of shit pisses me off.
I know it's freaking lame, but it's it's unethical.
Right. There just should be that should be a rule. But if the losing team and you have 6 outs left and they want to just pack it in, I might be okay with that, because I was fucking done with that game maybe 40 minutes before the game was over, because the Cubs just kept hitting.
I don't know how much I've said this tonight, but Joey's saying #Chance in the chat, and you could win that Frank Chance postcard sent to you by me with a message of love and doom. Andy Wells is saying it, #Chance in the chat. Andy's coming in pretty soon. Going to watch the Dodgers play. And anyway, well, let's get to the preview. Cardinals coming to town. They haven't been to Wrigley yet this year. They beat us 2 of 3
Which
games.
is a travesty, by the way.
It's ridiculous. So, and it's kind of weird. They've got a night game on Saturday. They're going to have fireworks after it. There's a 3:05 start on Friday, which that used to happen back in the 80s. They used to call it the businessman special.
And Joe Madden they actually had those when Joe Madden was there, and he put a stop to that bullshit. He was like, no, we're not doing this 3 o'clock because the sun fucks with us real bad in like the 5th or 6th inning.
Well, and also all the different start times. I think it's your body rhythm. That's what he was complaining about as well. But each team in that series in St. Louis scored 12 runs. So it was pretty evenly matched. There was like a one run game and then like 2 games where we beat each other handily. They play a little bit better on the road than at home. Like it's not that big of a split, but they did just lose 4 in a row to Arizona and Miami, but they won the last 2 games against Miami and Atlanta, which they still have to play tonight and they have to play tomorrow. So we get the off day and they don't. And
that's good in the sense that obviously the Cubs are on a streak of winning. And it sounds like the Cardinals are a little bit more on a streak of losing and not getting a break.
Well, they won 2 straight, but we'll see what happens. They got 2 more games to go. Who knows? They could
right,
lose
but I guess I meant series. Like they're struggling.
Yeah,
like the Cubs were for the entire month before they start winning.
They were in second place, and now we are. So we overtook them with our little streak here. But to Sarah's point earlier, not only do they not have a good pitching staff that is going to get exposed. I don't know who they were playing when they were in second place, but it wasn't anybody good because their numbers aren't good. And neither are their offensive numbers. Like I am pretty unimpressed. The Cubs have scored 66 more runs than the Cardinals. They have only scored the 18th most in baseball. They have a negative run differential. But they have the only thing I could say is they do not strike out much, but we don't really strike out a lot of guys anyway. We're kind of a pitch to contact team. I'm only afraid about getting nickeled and dimed for a day and having those hits fall in at Wrigley Field. But the Cardinals are 20th in homers. They're middle of the road with OPS, where the Cubs they got the 3rd highest OPS in baseball. I forgot we were doing rakes, flakes, throws, and blows too.
Oh,
We'll do it after this.
It wasn't in the rundown, so I was like, we'll skip it this time. I don't give a shit.
All right, we'll do it. Well, we could do it. But also, they're pitching.
Again, that's what we call that's what you pay to learn the art of I've forgotten what it's called. Improv.
Yeah. Both teams.
The worst improv ever.
What's it called? Oh, yeah. Improv class. Both the Cubs and the Cardinals have a 4.24 team ERA. Both of them. That's right in them 18th in baseball. But the Cubs bullpen, surprisingly, is like a half a run better, 387 to 437. And that's really surprising because considering the Cubs have given up the 3rd most home runs out of their bullpen. And that's a lot. And the Cardinals do not do that. They don't give up a lot of home runs. Neither stuff will strike you out, but the Cardinals will walk you out of the pen. So.
Yeah, the Cardinals they didn't get a bullpen this offseason.
Yeah,
they thought they were going to lose. So they were like, we're just going to let the kids play, and we're going to trade Wilson Contreras, and we're going to trade Nolan Arenado, and we're just going to like do our thing. And it turns out they didn't lose.
It's amazing.
They have no pitching. It's very funny.
It's amazing what you're talking about there, Sarah, because a lot of these teams, I don't know, certain teams that we know about, don't like to let the kids play. And sometimes the kids can be really fucking good.
For a while. It's like...
Listen, if
you have the right mix, you can run that shit to a World Series like 2016.
Well, let me say, Jordan Walker has had 2.5 seasons of struggles, but he came up as like a 22-year-old. And suddenly he looks exactly like what everybody was promised. Like Jordan Walker is having a very good season. Alec Burleson was blocked by Wilson Contreras. And look, I think Wilson Contreras is the better player, but Alec Burleson is very good. Like any team would take a guy who gets on base at like a 340 clip and hits home runs as their first baseman. Ivan Herrera is not a really good catcher, but he's great DH and he can hit. And then you've got like just kind of the wild card thing. Like JJ Weatherholt is a rookie and he's doing really well. Like Mason Wynn is a good defender. So I think the Cardinals are good. I think they have no pitching though. Ironically, the Cubs also have no pitching, but the Cubs tried to have pitching and the Cardinals did not. The Cardinals were like, we're just going to roll out Kyle Leahy. It'll be fine because we're going to lose.
Well, yeah, Kyle Leahy's going in game 2. I don't know. The Cubs are still TBD for the entire series, but I'm
we have no
guessing
pitching because all of our guys are hurt.
Danny, I think you misread that. They're TBD for the entire season. From here on out, they have no
Danny,
fucking
you might
clue.
pitch. You might pitch for the Cubs. Cotton is going to come in the 7th inning. They're like, we just need a guy who can throw.
All I got to do is grow a mullet and shave this part so that I've got a goatee. They'll be like, that goatee is gray as fuck, but you gotta relieve pitcher's body. So we're gonna let you go.
Andre Palante, we've done well against him. I'm looking at it. Bush is batting 1,000. He's 6 for 6 with 2 dongs.
These are not good pitchers.
Yeah. Ian Happ is batting 467 in 15 at bats.
All conference Happ.
Yeah, maybe Horner I mean,
conference.
All conference.
I'm not wrong.
No, so there's good numbers. Horner's got a dong against him, so maybe he kind of comes into it like kind of Dansby did. And I'm guessing it would be David Peterson's turn. So
David Peterson, I think he's going to be good though. Like David Peterson was a sneaky good trade.
Yeah,
I agree. Especially when you point out that FIP situation, which everybody did on Twitter. They're like the FIP, and I almost want to make fun of it, except for that it's kind of true.
No, so one of the things I've been tracking literally since the Kyle Hendricks days, because Kyle Hendricks was one of these pitchers that his ERA always outperformed his FIP, and everybody was like, "Oh, it should fall apart any minute now." I'm like, it's not going to, because Kyle Hendricks has a good defense behind him, and he's pitching to contact on purpose, and he knows what he's going to do. And then he went to the Angels, and he didn't have a very good defense behind him, and he was really bad, right? Like the Cubs have had this defense first philosophy for a while now, and every year, more pitchers on the Cubs outperform their FIP than they overperform rather than underperform their FIP.
Right.
Yeah.
And at the moment, when I wrote this article about the David Peterson trade, it was 10 out of 14 Cubs who had pitched 20 innings were overperforming their FIP.
Yeah. Well, it's got to help.
Peterson has the biggest gap between ERA and FIP in the bigs on guys who throw 20 innings.
It's like 4 runs.
Like 4 runs.
Yeah, it's insane. Like I don't think it was a bit eye-popping, to be honest.
Yeah, when a FIP is a half a run difference, like then you're just like, well,
yeah, whatever.
Whatever. But when it's 4 runs, you're like, hold on.
Yeah.
That doesn't even make sense. That's a whole different pitcher within that 4 runs.
Yeah.
But imagine if you have like, I don't know who's been playing shortstop for the Mets with Francisco Lindor out. Brett Beatty and Mark Vientos are not defenders. Like they don't have a good defense behind them. So like,
as we saw with 6 errors in one game,
fielding independent pitching means the pitcher by himself outside of the fielders. That's what FIP stands for. And like the Cubs have the best defense in baseball. Arguably.
Yeah, they will lower your ERA.
They will lower your ERA.
Well,
the only way they will not lower your ERA is if you're Jamison Tyon giving up home runs.
Yeah, exactly. There's nothing you can do with that.
If there's no way to catch it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's pitching independent fielding, or because he won't let the fielders even give a shot to the ball. Well,
do you know that home runs don't count in your BABIP?
Yeah, because they are not.
BABIP is batting average on balls in play.
Yeah,
and home runs are not in play.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're a guy who gives up a bunch of home runs, that doesn't show up in your pitcher BABIP.
Yeah.
Well, it shows up where it counts, is in the box score, and Imanaga stopped giving up dongs. He had a really good. He gave up.
He had a game that he didn't give up dongs when he should have.
He was good this week.
Yeah, we were all worried. It was good this week, but he makes it happen. Talking about a crafty pitcher, he's getting it done. He figures out how to do it. He's a professional pitcher, and I think he might go on he probably will go against Leahy on Saturday, and that's a night game. And hopefully he won't be the one giving up the Rockets red glare, and it'll all just be after the game that the fireworks happen, not during it for Imanaga. And then Matthew Boyd, probably, I'm guessing it's his turn, and I'm wondering if they'll do an Assad thing, because you do have they got another day off on Monday. So you can kind of do this, maybe it's like a side day piggyback thing, or maybe you start Assad, and you can do it different ways. So
and everyone knows I hate the schedule. Like the fact that the Brewers are playing 17 straight games to the All-Star break, and the Cubs are going to get 3 days off from tomorrow through before the All-Star break. That's insane. That's just stupid. Like, you don't need to do that. It is so easy to just give every team 1 day off each week. It's the easiest fucking thing in the world. And Major League Baseball is just like, nah, it's more fun that if a game gets rained out, we have to consult the fucking gods to find out if there's one possible day when these two teams might connect.
Yeah, exactly. We'll read the oracle, see if there's a Thursday sometime in August where we can fly across the country and make it.
Yeah.
What does Cubstradamus say?
Yeah, a team has a rain out, and in New York they're like, throw the bones.
You want to know what Cubstradamus has to say about it?
Yeah,
the Mom Shrine is a nice memorial, but I'm gonna turn it into a glory hole. I'll go gay for pay while the Cubs are away playing the Baltimore Orioles. Glory hole, glory hole, glory hole.
Oh my God. Did he have a hockey mitt on one, or I don't know what the fuck is going on here.
It's not
no, wait, maybe that was cricket. In cricket, they wear those big gloves, right?
Wrong sport, Cubstradamus. Yeah, we got the Orioles after this. We go,
and then he had like a 2-foot hot dog in his hand.
Well, he always has that. We got looks like Baltimore, and then Cincy going to Cincinnati. It'd be hot there. All right. Well, we got only a couple minutes left. I want to say that I'm working on John Baker Day. I'm ready to announce a bunch of great stuff. One of the things that just a little preview of it is that John has become a mental skills coordinator for the stars. Basically, he takes private students for the mental skills. So as part of John Baker Day, which we can get a matching grant up to $5,000 of a matching gift for John Baker Day. So we can raise up to $10,000 for the musical, The Game. But John is donating 12 sessions, $3,500 value, that you could get one-on-one mental skills coaching with Baker himself.
Here's what I want John to donate: a job to me in his mental skills coordination lab. Who would not agree that I would be amazing in that capacity? When you show up, you deal with me for 15 minutes. And then you go to see John, and all of a sudden your fucking problems are solved because you're no longer dealing with me.
Makes sense. So anyway, I'm super excited. Also, Sarah, I'll have you know that I'm going to be putting up this original Wilson Contreras signed flag piece for auction, because I'm trying to raise money for this show. I need 60 grand. So if maybe you get in on that auction. And also the Matt Kammerer Javi, this is the original, the Javi over the island of Puerto Rico. That's going up for auction along with a bunch of other great stuff. So I'm just kind of, rolling the bones myself on this project, and I'm just gonna out with the old, in with the new. It's time to find new homes for some of this stuff, raise money, and make art. And I really appreciate John coming on. The 30th is when we're gonna do the show on that Thursday night, And I'm going to work out something that maybe we do like on John Baker Day itself on the 7/29, the day before John joins us on this show online here because he's living in California. I want to try to maybe throw a little get together. Go down to Nisei Lounge, hang out, maybe watch the Cubs and Cardinals because that's who's playing that night. And then they got one more game the day before, in the daytime before John Baker Day night. So 7/29, 7:30. We're going to raise a bunch of money for the musical. If you have anything you'd like to donate that we can raffle off / auction off, depending on like what's the better method of doing that, let me know. And Crawley's even donating something, but of course it's not a bobblehead. He would never give up one of those.
Yeah.
So thank you to all of you that's already donated this, but this is really happening, people. It's really happening. 7/18, awesome. July 18th is going to be Crawley's birthday party / bleacher barbecue. I got a bleacher ticket for myself, so I'll be going to the game. And I offered one to Michael Cotton. He doesn't want it. He's like, I'm just hanging out my ball quarter.
No, because the whole thing is like, look, we were unable to do the Ranter Fest in the way that we wanted to do it this year. I plan to go up. I think Eli is coming with me. Possibly Emily will come with me, but I don't know because she wasn't planning on it before for other reasons. But, we can all just hang out outside of the game at Ball Hawk Corner and just chill and have a good time, throw the ball around, do whatever. Like,
it's a good time.
It is a good time. And I've done it before with just Eli and me. And I don't know. I just think that we could, anybody who can't, and this is my attempt to get anybody who can't go to the game.
Yeah, you'll be the guy on the outside.
Come up. Right. It doesn't mean you can't come up. Come up and hang out with us outside. We'll just chill.
Yeah, we'll have one guy on the inside, one guy on the outside. And I also want to point out that is gate dedication day. They're dedicating that gate sometime in the morning. So it's going to be a zoo. The 2016 team is coming back. It's going to be it's a zoo-ish day. And so Bernie Barron was asking me, are we going to do some kind of meetup? Possibly, but I need to see what time they're dedicating that gate because we could all go. We could all go over to Almost Home like we always do. I'll certainly tell them I'm planning to do something. Do you have any information on this, Sarah?
I don't have information on this, but I have a guess based on how they do all the statue stuff and how they've done everything else. They will do the dedication before the game, set the meetup for after the game. You should be good.
Well, the meetup is the bleacher barbecue that Ken is having everybody.
Where I will be chilling.
I mean, I think before the game is going to be the fucking gate.
I agree with you. I agree that's when it's going to be. And so, but maybe they do it like at 9 a.m, and then we could still go to Almost Home.
They're going to do it right before the game. That's what they do with all of them.
Yeah.
So no announcement yet. So we'll figure it out. But we'll see everybody. And also save the date. Sarah, you should come to Cincinnati on the 19th of September. We're going to hang out with Billy DeVore.
I might be able to do that.
About that. It's going to be
Emily and I will be down there. Yeah, Emily and I will definitely be down there. We had a great time last time.
I've never been to Great American Ballpark. I need to check it off the list.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're going to get group tickets. And another thing about the 18th, Britt from Fanarchy sent me a bunch of Fanarchy hats and shirts. So I will be showing up on the 18th with Fanarchy hats and shirts for free while supplies last. So
Fanarchy,
come on through. Oh, and Chris is asking, are we going to do Dan's game this year? Funny you ask, because I've actually been texting with Dan's mom and Dan's friends about the possibility of maybe doing it in Cincinnati.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, Rogers had a few health issues this year. Got in and seeing the doctor. That's Dan's dad, and so they're just kind of going to play that by ear. So it'll be more of a last minute thing if we do a game for our dear departed ranter Dan Nielsen, who we love dearly. We love his parents dearly. So I'd love to do something, but we may or may not be able to. But we'll certainly raise on Dan's birthday.
Yeah, we will absolutely do something for Dan's birthday, even if it isn't a game that we can all get together because
well, we will be together on his birthday.
Yeah,
we will be together on his birthday in Cincinnati, but the Cubs are barely in town in September is the issue.
Right. I'm just saying, like, it may not be like a full on, like we're going to this game or whatever, but we're definitely going to do something. We will commemorate this. Time is a flat circle, obviously, but fuck, it's moving along. I can't believe it's been so long.
It has.
Yeah.
All right, let's give away a chance post.
Well, hold on one second, Danny. Pop us back up there, because the next time we get together, look, in lieu of this is the a Cubs scarf, so World Cup style. Whoever won the pick'em game for the first half of the season will get this scarf, because nothing says baseball in the summer, especially on the hottest goddamn day.
It is
like a scarf. So somebody's going to win that. We were going to go through it today, but we're running long. Somebody randomly picked the most wins they possibly could, and you will get a scarf.
Who was it?
I don't know yet.
Oh, you didn't look at. Okay.
No, we were struggling with the time already. So
yeah, us, shocking. And I did forget TFCs. I do have one.
I have two.
Okay.
Okay. Can we hurry this up? I rewound the Cubs game 2 hours so I'd be able to watch the post game after this, and we have gone 2 hours and 5 minutes. I'm missing the post game show.
I know.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, this is a quick one. The eye training has really paid off for Dansby. And
why is he making that dumb face?
For some reason, they caught Dansby doing cross-eyed, weird face in the dugout. I thought it was hilarious because we were talking in the Discord chat about all the eye training today.
Here's mine. Roster update. Whole pitching staff dead. That was in the style of the Cubs announcements that they put out.
Yep. All right. And here's one I got. Jared B says only Bregman could go 0 for 5 when his team scores 23
I
runs.
noticed that. I wasn't going to say it. I was like, I won't pick on him because we scored 23. So with that, let's all go watch this soccer game, I guess. I'm going to play because it's America time. I'm going to play me singing the anthem. So
it's a very good anthem.
Yeah,
but I'm going to bail because I've already watched it and I need to go eat dinner.
Yeah, we're all hungry.
Spagog, y'all. Spagog.
Spagog. Peace.
Spagog.
Performing the Star Spangled Banner this evening is the composer of the musical The Game. Please welcome Danny Rocket.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof
Forgot to do chants. Thanks, Joey, for texting me and letting me know that we forgot it. So I'm just going to draw this sucker. Somebody's going to win a chance postcard. Not to doorknob the national anthem, but that's what's happening. And around and around she goes. Where she stops, only the chance tool knows. And the winner is Toad ND. Congratulations. You will receive a Frank Chance postcard sent to you by me with a message of love and doom. And with that, I bid you all a very fine